Alright, now we're going to phase 2 of the swivel seat install. That is the driver's seat, which is much more difficult, more technical. So we had to pull in a couple of the area experts.
I'm Isaac.
I'm Ian.
Alright, you guys ready to get this done?
Yep.
Alright, here we go. Alright, phase 1, driver's side. First thing we need to do, move the seat back so we expose the bolts. And Isaac is gonna remove that. So first make sure the socket wrench is in the remove. Go. Pull! You can do it. Come on.
Impossible.
Not possible? Alright, Dad will help with the first. Alright. Mission completion. Alright, now we're taking off the rear 2 bolts. So we've slid it all the way forward so Isaac can get to the back left bolt. Alright. Way to go, guys.
Yep.
Alright, so this time I put a little platform here because moving the seat all the way back onto the passenger seats was a little bit far and kind of pulled the cable pretty far out. So I'm going to see if this makes it a little better this time around. Okay.
No.
So there's this little cable here that's going to have to be disconnected. And a second one here. So we're going to need a little screwdriver to disconnect these. I'll grab that real quick. Alright, so for the big one you can just use a small flathead. Kind of push it in there like that. And then these will pull apart. For this guy, he's pretty tiny. Alright, so I was able to get this apart. Basically I had to take like a very tiny screwdriver that you use for sunglasses. This one has a flathead and a Phillips, so I'm using the flathead side. And you insert it right here into this middle socket, and then that releases the bottom part. Alright, so we're now going to remove the emergency brake cover, and it looks like the best way to do that is to work your way up along here. It seems to be, there we go. So basically we pop this back, and then there's like a little plastic nub going into a piece of metal, and to get it off of that we got to pull it back away from there. And here you can see the plastic nub. It goes into this piece of metal here. It just kind of pops out of there and comes off. Okay, so the instructions said to use a 13mm socket wrench, but actually on this 2018 model it's a 16. So here we go. Okay, now we're installing the adapter bracket. Okay, now we're gonna install the handbrake back on in a lower position now. Okay, so I've now got the brake moved down on the lowering bracket, and I'm putting back in the factory bolts. Alright, should be good. I did notice that this plastic cover on the emergency brake does touch the flooring now, but we'll see. I don't know if that'll be a problem or not. Appears that it works okay. We've got the driver swivel platform on, and we've finger tightened all the bolts. Moving the seat to 45 degrees helps. I'm going to start with the tapered head bolt here because that's the one that doesn't seem to be lining up the best, so alright, now we're just gonna tighten down all these other bolts. Here, Isaac, you want to get that guy? Oh, now this guy's gonna be a little bit off. Okay, I think that's good. Cool. Now we're gonna put the parking brake cover back on.
And then we get to put the seat back on. And then we're done.
And we're done.
Oh my god.
Hip hip. I think I got it on there. There it goes. Pretty snug fit now that it's lower, I must admit. I would say it actually doesn't go on quite the same, which means you're probably going to have to trim that plastic. You see how it doesn't sit flush anymore. Yeah, we're going to have to cut this plastic. Oh, that's a bummer. I'll bring it kind of a closer position where we can reconnect the cables. Isaac, will you hold the seat up like that? While I reconnect these. So we got the small cable to reconnect. And the larger cable.
Heavy weightlifting. Challenging, I know.
Okay. Alright, now we're going to bring it a little further.
By pulling this lever, once it's pumped up, make sure that it's not along the emergency brake. There's two things. There's the big and there's the small. You're going to want to pull the small one up and then you can swivel.
So is the seat back, you need to pull the seat forward more?
Okay.
With the other bar?
So you want it to be all the way up.
It doesn't have to be all the
forward.
way.
Not all the way, but... And then you're going to pull the lever. This is very challenging. You're going to swivel around.
Here you go.
And you're going to hear a clicking sound.
It doesn't click in that position.
On the other seat, you might hear a clicking sound. When it's ready. You don't need to hold it anymore. You can swivel it back, and then you'll hear the clicking sound, and you'll know that it's stable, and you can drive.
Nice.